mamas, and welcome to the Passable Parent channel. I'm Morgan, a pediatric nurse with over 10 years of experience specializing in early childhood development. I'm also a breastfeeding mom of 3. Today, I want to talk to you about this postpartum and breastfeeding cart I made for one of my very close friends. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions. And make sure you put notifications on if you want to know what I post next. Breastfeeding and postpartum can be really challenging, especially if you don't know what to expect. So that's why I made this basket for my friend so that way she has everything she needs to go into her journey confidently. So some of the things I have in this basket are for breastfeeding and others are for postpartum. And then I have a couple things in here that I threw in for her baby to help her, and also because they're cute, so I threw them in. So I'm just gonna start with my ultimate breastfeeding item. It's my absolute favorite. I've used it 3 for 3 times and it truly has become my best friend. So my first item that I absolutely love is the My Breast Friend pillow for breastfeeding. It really became my best friend, so the name was absolutely perfect for this. I've used it for all 3 of my babies, including my 6-month-old now, and it is super supportive. I love that it has this additional back support when you put it around your waist and that it's fully adjustable. This is so much better than the boppy pillow, which a lot of people buy for breastfeeding. I don't find that one to be as supportive. I don't find it as comfortable. It just doesn't align your body properly for breastfeeding with your baby, I found, especially if you have a larger chest. This pillow really brings baby to your breast much easier, which that's one of the #1 tips I have for you is always bring baby to breast, not breast to baby. This will really help align you properly to get a good latch. And this pillow is super supportive of that good latch. The boppy pillow, which I mentioned, is great for things like tummy time, but for breastfeeding, this is the ultimate breastfeeding support pillow and my top favorite. The next item that I have in this cart for breastfeeding is the Frida Mom Cooling Hydrogel Nipple Pads. I absolutely love these. I also love the Soothies. They're another gel pad by Lanolin. They're very similar. The Frida Mom, I would say, is a little bit larger, so you get a little bit more coverage of your nipple and areola. So I really love these. This just helps you get through that initial discomfort in those first weeks of breastfeeding when your nipples honestly feel like they have gotten the worst sunburn of your life because your baby is constantly latching onto the nipple. And it just can cause a lot of skin breakdown while you're figuring it all out. And these were my saving grace. These absolutely helped me through those first weeks and really just got me through it postpartum every single time and really helped make my breastfeeding journey successful. So I didn't discover these until about, I'd say, 2 weeks into my first breastfeeding journey. And I wish I had known about them day 1, so I recommend them highly. You can put them in the fridge for extra cooling effects, and that really just helps with all that discomfort. And they're all natural, so you can just take it off. You can wipe your nipple if you want to with cold water or a cold cloth, and then you can immediately latch your baby, but you don't have to. They're hydrating, they have vitamin E in them, and they're perfectly safe. So I absolutely love this product. My next favorite product is the Earth Mama Organic Nipple Butter. This is a nipple butter that you can rub on your nipples when they're sore to soothe them or if they're getting cracked. Again, this is organic, this is safe, you can put this on your nipples, and it really just helps with that discomfort. Now, you don't want to be using the nipple creams or nipple butters in combination with the soothing gel pads. You want to make sure that you wipe off the nipple creams and butters before you put on the soothing gel pads. They actually don't work well together, and the nipple creams and butters can break down those soothing gel pads. So you really want to do one or the other. I like to alternate them. My other favorite cream for the nipple is by Lanolin. This has been around for years and years and years, and I like this one a lot too. And I try to just alternate my creams and nipple butters. So I like Lanolin and I like Earth Mama. Those are my two favorite brands. So I'm making sure to include both for my friend because I don't know which one she might like better, or she might want to also alternate them. The next product that I included in this cart is the Haakaa. I really like this Haakaa pump because it really helps catch all that letdown that you have. You can only nurse your baby on one side at a time. So while you're nursing your baby on one side, you can attach this pump to the other side and it can catch all that letdown. And that can help you build your freezer stash in the beginning. It also just uses basically gravity to catch all that letdown, all that milk. So you just sort of suction it onto your breast. I might be able to do an example for you. So while you're nursing on one side, all you do is give the Haakaa a little squeeze and you attach it on, and it will just sort of stay like this and it will catch all that extra milk, all that letdown. And it really doesn't hurt and it feels kind of like a relief getting all that out, and it's not getting all over baby, not getting all over you, and it's helping you build that freezer stash. So that's why I love including this Haakaa silicone breast pump. And if you're gonna buy the Haakaa, make sure you don't forget to buy the Haakaa lid. So if you're gonna get the Haakaa, make sure you also get the Haakaa lid. I one time accidentally knocked this over after catching a ton of letdown milk, and I was really disappointed. So whoever has said, don't cry over spilt milk, clearly isn't talking about breast milk when you're newly postpartum and work so hard for it. So make sure you also get a lid for yourself, so that way as soon as you're done, you can just put it right over top of the pump. Again, these products and all the products I'm talking about will be linked down in the description box below. And please don't mind my cat Lola, who is joining us for today's video. She loves helping support moms postpartum, so she's in today's video. Another product that a lot of moms don't know exists, everybody just usually goes for the Haakaa breast pump, which I really like for that situation of catching your letdown. But for when you're not actively nursing, you can still leak breast milk throughout the day. So I really love this Haakaa Ladybug silicone breast milk collector. I love them because you can actually wear them in your bra, and as you go about your day, you can catch breast milk. They're also really helpful, even if you don't leak a lot. They're really helpful because they just take the pressure of like fabric rubbing up against your nipple when they're extremely sore, cracked, or bleeding, especially in those beginning weeks. This can be a huge relief to just have your nipples open to air and not rubbing against any of your fabrics. So I really like these Ladybug silicone breast milk collectors. They also have some breast shells on Amazon, which I really like. I'll put a picture right here on the screen for you, and I'll also link those down in the description box below. If you're having issues where your nipples are really tender and sensitive when you're not nursing and you're just going about your day, so you can put the Ladybug silicone breast milk collectors in your bra or those breast shells, and they will really help if you're struggling with that pain postpartum, when you're just trying to wear clothing and the fabric is just rubbing and really causing you a ton of discomfort. The next item that I'm including in this cart for my friend is the manual breast pump by Medela. I just really like having this as a backup to your insurance covered electronic breast pump. Speaking of which, my top choice for that is the Spectra S1. That's the one that doesn't require an outlet. But back to this pump. This is my favorite manual breast pump to just have on hand because it's easy, and sometimes it's just easy to just manually pump or express. Hand expression even is really helpful. That's where you're just using your hand and you're squeezing out the breast milk. I have a ton of videos on that and how to actually do that, how to do that technique, because there is a little bit of a technique to it. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you check those videos out too. But this can be really helpful just on the go, doesn't require any charging, doesn't require an outlet. Sometimes you don't want to get your whole setup set up. So this is just easy. You could just have it on hand, have it in the diaper bag, and it really helps. And it can really help in the beginning too when you're really engorged. When your milk first comes in, you can get really engorged the first couple weeks postpartum. And sometimes, for whatever reason, A manual breast pump like this just really does a trick in relieving that engorgement and in getting that milk out. So I love having this. I'm making sure to include it for my friend for those reasons. And sometimes even if you get to the point where you have a clogged duct with all that engorgement, this can be the thing that just gets rid of that clogged duct. So I wanted to make sure to include that for her. I will say my one pet peeve with breast pumps, all breast pumps, whether they're manual or electric or hospital grade, is that they always just include large flange sizes. So I'm talking like a 21 millimeter or 24 millimeter flange size. And most women actually are a 15 or 17 on average in America. So it doesn't make any sense, but they usually include some type of measuring kit to figure out your flange size. And I also make videos on that. So make sure you're subscribed for those as well, and make sure you don't just go with whatever flange sizes come with your breast pumps. Make sure you're measuring your nipple and you're making sure that you have the correct fit, because that can really impact your milk output. On the topic clogged ducts and engorgement, sometimes you need a little heat. So you need heating packs to break up those clogs. I also have this heating pack kit from Frida Mom that I already gifted to my friend earlier on in her pregnancy. So I have a picture right here. I will also link all of these products in the description box below for you. But when you have a clogged duct or engorgement and you need some help breaking it up and getting that milk out, heat is your friend. So make sure you have heat packs. You can buy them on Amazon, or the Frida Mom heating kit to heat up that breast and get that milk out in a safe way. You also can take a really nice warm shower to sort of break up that breast milk and potential clogs. Make sure you're massaging the breast while you're in the shower to sort of break it up. And I also highly recommend getting yourself an electric toothbrush. I will link that for you as well, but any electric toothbrush will do. You can just hold an electric toothbrush up to your breast and sort of work it in your breast tissue and break up anywhere you feel a clog is. The vibrations really help break that up and can help prevent clogs and prevent things like mastitis. I make tons of videos on this as well, so make sure you check them out. Okay, now that we covered most of my top breastfeeding essentials and all the breastfeeding things that I included in this gift for my friend, make sure you're subscribed and check out all my other videos to make sure you're getting my complete full list. But I highly recommend having pads like these. These are called Chucks pads or blue pads, and basically they are pads that you can put down underneath yourself when you have heavy postpartum bleeding. They can go on the bed, they can go on the changing table for your baby in the beginning, because they have really loose stools that can be very explosive at times, and these just really help. You can even lay them down underneath of them, fold it up in the car seat, as long as they're not interfering with the buckles and your baby being harnessed safely and appropriately. But they really help with big blowouts in the beginning. And they also help you postpartum, because you're not bleeding all over everything, and which can totally happen and can be normal. Make sure you know all the signs of bleeding being abnormal or being too much and when to call your doctor, which I also discuss in my other videos. But these are great to lay down on the bed, on the rocking chair, to use for baby's diaper changes, all of those things postpartum, and I highly recommend them. My next item to make sure you include is a large water bottle. Hydration is key for yourself when you're breastfeeding and when you're postpartum and your body is healing. Hydration just helps with everything. It helps with your milk output, it helps with your body's healing process. So make sure you have a water bottle easily accessible at all times, because it is a lot of work healing afterwards, and you just need water on hand all the time. So make sure you include a nice water bottle for yourself when building your postpartum and breastfeeding essentials cart. So the next item that I included in this cart for my friend is Depend diapers. You need to have appropriate padding, whether that's diapers or Depends, postpartum, because you can have really heavy bleeding, just like I mentioned, and why I said to also include the Chucks pads that I previously talked about. But these are really helpful. They help not to ruin your clothes and outfits, and yeah, you wear diapers postpartum. It's part of the journey. I really like these ones. Me and all my friends joke about them because they have like this little design on the front of them. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really cute about them, but that design hopefully just gives you a little chuckle when you put them on postpartum because, I don't know, it's there and you need them. So it's just a period in time. You'll get through it. On that same theme, I also really love the Frida Mom Ice Maxi Pads. These are a game changer. They give you some in the hospital, but they're not quite as nice as these, and you only get a couple. These really help for probably like the first week or two after delivery. If you have any tearing or any discomfort in your vaginal area, these are super helpful. You break it up and then it's instantly cooling relief down there. They don't last that long. I would say maybe like 20 minutes maximum before they start to get warm on you, but you know, you don't want ice on you constantly, but it really just helps take that discomfort away and take the edge off of the pain. So I really like them and they're great to have on hand. Along with that, I really like these cooling pad liners. So you want to switch from ice maxi pads that I just talked about to regular pads, but if you still need some relief down there because it's just so painful, you can use these pad liners. They are soaked with witch hazel, and witch hazel is naturally healing and naturally provides a cooling relief to any tears that you have, to any stitching you may have. It just really helps with that discomfort, and so I highly recommend them. Witch hazel is your best friend, so I also highly recommend the AER witch hazel soaked pads. These are like little cotton round shaped circles that you also can just stick in your underwear. Not only does it help with discomfort, but it also really helps heal things down there. The next product I wanted to talk to you about is Dermoplast. This is a hospital strength pain, burn, and itch reliever. So you want to spray this on the affected area, which is external only. So you're spraying this on your perineum and it provides that cooling relief. And sometimes it itches down there. Itching can be normal. It can be part of the healing process of your perineum after you just went through this delivery. So this also helps with itching, burning, all of that. And this is really helpful, especially that first week or two postpartum. You can just spray this externally on your vagina and your perineum, and it just really helps. Along with that, I also like this Frida Mom Perineal Relief Foam. This one is just made of purely witch hazel, which is really nice and also really helps heal everything. The previous product is not made with witch hazel. It is made with medicine, so they're a little different. The previous product they actually sometimes will give to you at the hospital if you're delivering there. So that one's a little bit stronger, but I also really love anything with witch hazel because that really helps promote healing. And it also really helps with the discomfort. And my next product that I love for postpartum is the Upside Down Peri Bottle by Frida Mom. I really like this product because they do give you a Peri bottle at the hospital, but it's never as good. And this one just really helps spray the affected area. The reason why you want a Peri bottle is because you shouldn't really be wiping or using any toilet paper or wipes down there postpartum because you're healing and you may have an open wound, you may have tearing, and it just doesn't feel great down there. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna spray yourself externally to clean yourself instead of wiping. And that's where this Peri bottle comes in hand. So I really like this one because it's angled and it's much better than what they give at the hospital. So I'm making sure to include this for my friend postpartum because I find it really helpful. And also a little tip is that if you fill it with really cold water, it can sometimes really help relieve and give you that cooling sensation as well. You may not want it, it may be shocking, so you can do a little bit of a warm water if that's better for you, but I like cool water in this and it really helps with the discomfort. And to make this cart super cute, I just included some cute little teethers for my friend for her baby as the baby gets older. So this is one of my favorites, the Lulyboo silicone teether. You want to look for one that's BPA free. I like it because they can sort of hold these little nubs on the side as a handle and really help get it in their mouth. So I really like this one. and it really helps with the fine motor skills of grasping, that pincer grasp. I do all kinds of videos on early childhood development. That's my specialty, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you check out all those videos too. And if you still need help with breastfeeding postpartum or helping your baby meet milestones, make sure you also check out my courses. Because my friend really loves veggies, I included this for her baby. As her baby is older and starts teething and mouthing, your baby learns so much through their mouth. That's how they learn in the beginning months. They put everything in their mouth, and that's totally normal. And we want to promote that because it's where learning occurs, but we want it to be safe items that are meant to go in their mouth. So I love this teether as well. This is by Infantino, and it's cute. It's a little staple. A lot of people have them in their homes. This one's vegetables, corn, carrot, peas, and it also has little handles on the side for baby to hold and get these different textures in their mouth. And the final product that I have in this cart for my friend is the Lulyboo infant feeder, and I included this because she really wants to do breastfeeding. And what you can do is you can get these little molds. I'll link it in the description box below, and here's a photo for you. And you can freeze your breast milk, and then you can put them inside of this, and this can be one of your baby's first foods, or practicing bringing food to their mouth with one of these with their breast milk inside. So I love this as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on all of my favorite postpartum and breastfeeding essentials that I included in this cart. And whether you're building it for yourself or a friend, I wish you the best of luck in your journey. Make sure to comment down below if you think I missed anything. If there's anything that you feel really helped you postpartum or should be included in this cart, please share it with this community of amazing mamas so that way they can benefit from your tips as well. And Lola wants to say goodbye to you before you go. She was in this video lurking in the background, so if you did manage to see fur, this was not a rabid animal. This was my first daughter, Lola, making an appearance. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.